Well, I thought today I would come out here and show you guys my garden. It's a real mess. Last few years I haven't really had time to do anything with it, and it's pretty much just sat. 2 years ago I did grow a garden in it, and never had time to really harvest it or take care of it, so didn't get much out of it. And then last year I only put in some tobacco there on the very end, and the rest of it just sat. And as you can see, it's beginning to fall apart here from sitting so long and not being taken care of. Pieces of the fence are falling down. You can see way over there that fence post is broken off. I'll have to replace that. And also over here there's I don't know if you'll be able to see this wire, but it's over here. It's kind of falling down. I'm gonna have to dig that back up and sure it to that post again. And of course over here my wood pile has fallen down and knocked down my fence on this side, so I think the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and clean this up and get that fence back up, and probably cut the height of the pile in about half, stack it over there just to get it out of the way for now until I can find a more permanent home for it. And I gotta fix this fence here. This is just an extra piece. I ran out of chicken wire that I had. No big deal on that. But if we come over here, you can see that this whole post here is completely snapped off. So I'm gonna see if it's thawed out enough around here to be able to dig this out. And if it is, we'll just go ahead and replace it. Because I actually have a bunch of posts over there that were removed from my uncle's pasture, so they're still good, so I'll throw them in, put one in here, and then I was thinking for this upcoming season I would probably fence off this section right in here, clean it up, and kind of extend my garden a little bit, make it a little bit bigger, a little more room to grow. But for now, let's get that wood pile up. Well, it took a little bit of time, not too bad, but we got the fence somewhat patched up. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but it ain't really meant to be. It's meant to keep the rabbits out and deter the deer, and it does exactly that, so I'm happy with it. I added in a few extra posts, these little ones here, to kind of help hold the fence up, and I wired them up with just these locate flags, which are free. You can't beat that. I can make it look prettier by nipping them off, but really not a big deal to me. Added one in here in the middle too, and I got my wood pile moved out of the way and kind of wired it back up a little bit there. I've got that wired back up, and I pulled my my little gate out of the weeds there. Kind of messy, but it'll still work, and the frame is still pretty solid on it. I just got to get another piece of chicken wire or something and staple that to the back there. And that should help keep some of the critters out. With that done, the only thing I've got left is to dig out this fence post and put another one in, and then mend up this corner. So I'm going to go grab a shovel and see if we can't dig out the end of that. Well, as you can see, I've got the old post out. Digging went really easy. Got it all the way out. As you can see, it's quite rotted. This was an untreated post I got from somewhere. You know, it's used. It's got a whole bunch of nails and screws and crap in it. So it wasn't going to last forever anyway. I'd probably guess it lasted 6 years or so, which is probably better than most, but didn't do too bad for a free post. And I'm actually going to replace it with another used post. This one came out of a pasture. I think it's cedar, and as you can see, it's not too bad. I mean, where it was in the ground, it's not really rotted at all, and go further up where it was sticking out of the ground has taken the most abuse. But I think it'll do just fine here on the corner here. All it's holding up is chicken wire, so I'm gonna go ahead and slide that in the back side of the wire and just fill it right back in and hook the wire back up, and away we go. Well, that actually went pretty well. I thought it might have been might have given me a little bit more trouble than it did, but went really quick, tamped down good, fairly sturdy. You know, it'll get a little more sturdy once the water gets in there and kind of stuffs the sand in a little better. But yeah, didn't turn out too bad. And I don't have the chicken wire tacked up to it yet, but it still seems to hold it up fairly nicely. Fix that little stretch. Yeah, I'm happy with it. It's not quite the same height as the other ones, but I don't care. It holds the fence up. After seeing the soil was so easy to work, still nice and moist, I think I might go ahead and start rototilling today or tomorrow, just to break up the soil while the soil is still nice and wet, and the roots on the weeds and everything haven't begun to grow. Should be easier to break it up a little bit and get this back into a working garden instead of just grass. And I think today I'll start to clean this up a little bit, kind of get an idea of where I want to put a garden in. And then I'm going to put tobacco right where that car is, so I'll have to clean that up, move that, and get that tilled in the next few days. But I think for the rest of the day, I'm just going to clean this up and figure out where I want to make a fence.